Welcome, 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 beautiful people. Guess what, y'all? I am doing a live show again. So I know I haven't done a live show in a long, long, long time because I don't know. I don't really have a reason except for my son play basketball. And in basketball season, it's hard to do live shows. So I'm not recording. And I got a guest. I do have a guest. So I'm going to bring this beautiful lady up. And I hope all her supporters are watching, because when I say they was driving me insane about getting this young lady on the show, they was driving me insane. So with further ado, I'm going to bring Miss Sylina Renae up to the stage. Hi, Queen.
Hey, how
How you
you doing?
doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Zip. Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Listen, we waiting for your supporters. We need to go ahead and text them and let them know, like, you live.
Yeah, yes.
In they better be asking questions and everything.
Yeah.
So let's get into it, though. Miss Sylina Renae, where are you from, and what do you do?
Okay. Yes, so I wish I can get Instagram on here, but no.
We still
So that's so annoying that they do that, like
so
lock you out and
aggravated. I'm telling
put
you.
you on restriction. Okay, anyhow, so I am from San Diego, California originally. And then did you ask me what I do?
Yeah, what do you do?
Oh, okay. So I'm a singer, rapper. I do a lot of stuff. I'm a singer, rapper, model. I'm getting into movies and stuff. I recorded a scene in a movie, and I've done a couple of auditions recently that I'm, waiting to hear back on. I'm also a therapy student, marriage and family therapy student. So I'm getting my master's degree doing that. Is specializing in couples. As my trade right now, I'm actually I have my bachelor's degree and a bachelor's of science in health sciences, and I'm a respiratory therapist by trade. So, yes, mother, of course, of six, and that's it.
Girl, mama of six. You don't look like a mama of six. You look amazing, honey.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So let's talk about let's first talk about the music of Sylina Renae. You have a new album that's about to drop. What's the inspiration behind the album?
The inspiration behind the album is called Keep Going. No, that's the inspiration right there. Keep
Right.
going no matter what. So that's my inspiration, is just to keep consistent, keep going. It's something that I love to do. I'm very passionate. I love creating art. I love creating music, so that's my motivation right there.
I love that. What's the name of your new album that's about to come out?
Yes, so there is not an official name yet,
Okay.
but yes, my last album was Zombieland. So this one, it's gonna be more of like a rebirth, fun, just showing out. So I'm not sure at the moment what the album is gonna be called yet, but I definitely will share when that
When
time comes.
the time comes, that's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, what 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 made you decide, like, I want to do music? Like, what happened? How old were you?
Yes. So I was very young when I started, when I wanted to do music. So I would say I was about maybe 8 or 9. My mom was actually I was actually raised a Jehovah's Witness. Okay, preaching
Okay.
the good news of the kingdom and stuff. So, my mom raised me. She was very isolated. She was a single mother of me and my sister at the time. So instead of going out there and, cheerleading, playing sports, I was in my room, listening to music, to my cassette tape, hit and play, hit and rewind, doing all that. I had my karaoke going. So it was that time when I knew that, that's what I wanted to do.
That's
One of the things. Yes, ma'am.
understood. Understood.
Yes.
Um, do you approach, because we didn't tell them yet that you rap and you sing? But do you approach rapping and singing differently when you're creating, or do you just flow together naturally? Like, is all of your songs like a little bit of rap, a little bit of singing? How does that go for you?
I'm thinking it's flowing. It's flowing because I kind of want to add not only the rap into it, but I want to start bringing more of my vocals into my rap music. So I want it to kind of flow. I kind of like the idea of like Doja Cat, because she can sing, but she also raps. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right,
so
right.
I kind of like the mixture and it flowing together. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And so you want to kind of incorporate the two. On your new album, are you incorporating the two, or are you just still doing like your rapping?
I'm going to incorporate both. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this. I'm actually finishing up a song today, so I'm really hyped. But yes, I will be incorporating both in this new album.
On the new
Yes,
album?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
And as far as like your music goes, what do you feel your most powerful song is? Because you already have an album that's out. This is going to be album number 2, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
So what's my most powerful
So what's your most powerful song?
in the out of the album? So you know what? I really love all of my songs, really. Like I get excited about most of them, but I really think that I love Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's upbeat, a fun song, and it basically, not a lot of people know this, which I do share in interviews, but is actually a song that is kind of, it talks about like my roots a little bit, and it talks about like my story because I call my name Miami in the song,
Right.
but my name's of course, Sylina Renae. But back in the day, before I went back to school and all of that, and changed my life around, I used to be a dancer, and so that was my stage name. So it's kind of like bringing back, what I used to do into the song. So
Right.
that's one good song I like. And then I do like Baddie. Baddie, I like it. It's a shorter song, but I
Right.
like it because it describes what I was going through during that time, like certain situations after stuff that occurred after, the passing of my daughter, and then, separating from my husband, stuff like that. And so, but there's a lot of songs too. Also, DTI, I really like that song. I'm sorry,
You
DTI. There's a whole list. You just have to go look at the album. You have to go listen. Zombieland.
listen, you're definitely supposed to be excited about your music.
Yes.
Whatever the craft is, you should be excited about it.
Yes.
So you are okay. So we are going to listen to a little bit of Baddie, right? Is that the one
Okay.
that is
Yes, ma'am.
a little bit of Baddie, so they can just
Okay.
kind of get like what kind of flow you bring it to the table. So here it is.
Roll my eyes, my boot just slapped. This the life I choose to have. Ooh, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Never tell a man you don't need his help unless he's creeping you by yourself. I'm too fine to be by myself. Credit cards, I'm swiping them. Pretty girls, no price to them. Getting high off oxygen. Living life on top of them. Ooh, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Never tell a man you don't need his help unless he's creeping you by yourself. I'm too fine to be by myself. Credit cards, I'm swiping them. Pretty girls, no price to them. Getting high off oxygen. Living life on top of them.
I love that. I don't know. That's a fun song. So
Yeah.
I like that. That is really a fun song. What inspired you to do Baddie?
So Batty is basically Batty is the one song that has that I wrote. It kind of talks about my story, about in regards to, after my husband left, I went to go meet my lawyer at the restaurant to discuss my daughter's case, and I ended up having a few drinks, one too many. And so I'm talking about a DUI that I got into, into that song about a DUI situation I got into, and just what I was going through at that moment, and so that's what inspired me to write that song. It's just telling a little bit
Just
about my
tell your story.
story.
I love
Yeah.
I love that. And you
Mm.
also do some acting, and you have some things like in the works that you've been, auditioning for. What's one film or a film that you've been working on recently?
Okay. So there is one film that I've been working on that I've auditioned for that I really am excited about, just because it's I have to figure out what the name is at the top of my head, but it's a real a traumatic. It's like a more of an emotional movie, like, so my role is basically a sister, who has is suffering from substance abuse. She's a prostitute. Like, if you've seen that one Tyler Perry movie, I forgot what it was called, but the girl, I think from Bill Cosby, was in it, and she played like a prostitute in the movie. It was a really good movie. I was crying on that
Right,
movie and
right.
everything. Yeah, yeah, I forgot. But so I'm basically playing a role similar to that, and I have like issues with my sister because she was the one that was, raised well, and she ended up leaving me, and then I'm the one that got, suffered the consequences from our mother, who was dysfunctional, but always, I'm the one that always had to take like the heat and everything, and I seen all the bad stuff. So now that I'm strung out on drugs and a prostitute, and I'm just really emotional with the my sister who's in the scene, and then I'm just like, where were you when I needed you? And it's just like a real emotional therapeutic, and I think it's perfect just because of the fact that I'm going to be a therapist and stuff like that. So it's just a real heartfelt scene. So that's one that I just recently auditioned for. So I'm excited about that if I get it. So we'll see.
Yes, I like that. So how does
Mhm.
like being in front of the camera and acting compare to being on the stage and performing?
Um, so I don't think it's any, I don't really think it's like a difference, you just have to just like zone out, get into character, not think of, anything around you, just be yourself, and just go for it. Cause I know I used to get really shy and scared and couldn't breathe, and just the more you practice, you just get better. But I think it's the same.
Yeah, just like I get like that right before I do podcast live.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious.
I literally, yeah, I
Like,
literally like,
I'm like, I don't want to do a live.
yeah.
So
When
I
I used,
get,
yeah, you get nervous too.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm nervous. Like, I don't think people really understand that. Like, before you go do something like a live or audition or perform, because like people are looking at you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not even about
Yeah.
care about what they think. It's kind of like you already know they're judging you. You know?
Exactly. Exactly. You already know.
Yeah, so you already know. So you already feeling like the stares and the looks, and you trying
Yeah.
to make sure everything right. And it's like,
Hmm.
let me just do it. Um, Out of being an artist, a music artist, and being in movies, which do you prefer to do more?
Oh man. So I just love the music thing. Uh I think I like creating music a lot. I think I must say I do like the art of that. That's a hard question. That's a really tough question.
Definitely, definitely, because it's just
Um,
the creative side. But I like to ask people because I
yeah,
feel like how they really feel about which is your creative and which is like I'm good at this and I'm just doing it because I'm good at it. You know?
yeah. No, I actually enjoy doing both. So it's like something that I'm pursuing both sides of it, the music and the movie portion of it. Cause I also do a lot of TikToks too, like even with my kids and stuff. So that's a lot of part of the acting. So that part, just TikTok wise, that part of it is fun. But I really do enjoy the music part because I can express myself individually, you know what I mean? Is whereas doing a movie, you're playing somebody else, and most, you know what I mean? You're not yourself. So I think I like creating music, I guess I would have to say, if I had to make a choice. I
So
guess
you had to make
music.
it it's okay. It's like the music, but you still want to act and then create it
Yes.
for the kids.
Yes.
That's what's up. How do you balance like being a mom, um, going to school to do therapy, rapping, doing films? Like, how do you balance all of that?
Yeah, so I get that same question to everybody working full time, doing movies, auditioning, going to do modeling stuff. Like, my only answer to that is ain't nothing to it but to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. That's it.
I don't know. That's it.
That is it. No, like
Yeah.
I'm telling people, there's no nothing to it. If you really want,
Yeah.
you're gonna go get it. Doesn't matter like what if you miss sleep, it doesn't matter. Everything is gonna work out. One day you might not sleep all day, the next day you might sleep all day. You don't know. But when you want something, you're gonna go get it. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Exactly.
It doesn't matter. So how is it being a mom of a mom? Do any of your kids want to be rappers or act? You like, yeah, they want to do it all.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what's up.
So my boys, okay. My two older boys, they don't care, right? They're like, I got a 21-year-old and then I got a 16-year-old, 15, 16-year-old. Well, he's gonna be 16 soon. And then but my two daughters, um Selena and Mariah, she actually has my name. So Selena and then Mariah, because I used to love Mariah Carey. Like I used to sing her songs when I was younger and I just love that name. So that's where I got my daughter's name from. Like I just loved Mariah Carey growing up. A lot of other artists too, but and then my son Prince, he's my little 6-year-old. So my daughter Selena wants to be an actress, and so does Mariah. Them two girls, they always do like TikTok videos with me, dancing, stuff like that. But also my 6-year-old son, like he likes to jump in. He's so like I don't know. I guess he's so like an alpha, like he's out there. He likes to talk to everyone. He's just a real, yeah. And so he tries to do the TikToks with us. I remember one time I left the my phone up when we were filming in the backyard, and then he gets in there and starts doing the TikTok dance, and he's like this. And so yeah, they definitely definitely want to get into, are interested into the industry as
That's,
well.
that's
Yeah.
what are some of the things that you wish would change about the industry?
About the industry. Hmm. There's a lot of things that can change. I mean, as far as like copyright issues and, royalties and the percentages of this and the percentages of that. And I don't know. It's just maybe I think in that aspect needs to be a little bit more of organization too. But I guess us as artists too, we should have our P's and Q's straight, in the contract. This is this and that. This
Right.
is this. But yeah, I just think certain things like that should be just more managed a little bit better as far as that aspect of it.
Okay. Okay. And when it comes to like your personal journey, you've been open about losing your daughter. Has that loss shaped your artistry and how like the way you express yourself?
Um, yes. So, well, definitely this first album that I did. um, I just think personally, just going through that situation of losing a child, especially one that you've raised for 20 years, just automatically shapes you as a person and as an individual, just regardless in itself. So I just, yes, I can just say that it probably has and will shape my music, in the past plus, the future as well.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And do you look at your music as like a creative, therapeutic outlet at times?
I sure do. Yes. I just I do. I just love creating like what's going to be the album cover, what I'm going to write about, what's the topic. Like I already like the song that I'm writing about. I already got like what the video is going to be like, what we're, with the person who's singing the hook, like what we're going to do. So, yes, I do think my artistry is involved in that aspect. Yes, ma'am.
Right. So beyond like, okay, you got your mom, that's the first thing. You're an artist, you're an actress. You also going to school to do well, you do therapy, but you're going to school for another niche as well. You have a boutique that you're getting ready to relaunch at the same time. So tell me
Yes.
a little bit about this boutique, what the name of it is, and what's happening with this boutique because it's an online boutique, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, so my boutique, yes, it was doing fine. I opened the boutique before my daughter passed away, and so it was running, it was going well. She, she passed away. Of course, things kind of went downhill after that. I still try to keep it going, still try to keep it going, but then, the separation, and then losing, forfeiting my home, leaving all my stuff behind, and then getting with this guy, the producer that actually produced my album, getting with him, and then him, beating me and doing that situation. So with all of that combined over the past few years, it's an online boutique, but because of that, I had to put it on hold and then catch up on school and everything.
Right.
So I am relaunching it, but it's called Heartbreak Boutique, okay? And it is basically like just prices that you can spend on gear, bling. And so for any kind of occasion, whether it be ballroom, formal, casual, and the prices are so you do not break your bank. You can still look good. You can still be stylish without having to break the bank. So that's the whole point, of what my boutique was. Like you can still look fly and not have to pay these high prices, you
Right.
know. Yeah. So that's what the whole idea was
I
behind that.
love when people do that because I don't know why people think everything has to be so expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
all big on like, like I'm not really a name brand person. That's not something that I have to do. So it can be
Right.
something that's nice because when you really think about it, it's like, okay, Gucci didn't like black people. So, this person don't like, so we supporting stuff that, don't make sense. So why not support your boutique? You know what I'm saying? So you can
Yes.
look nice, heartbreak. Boutique, it will be online. She is definitely relaunching it. So y'all go and shop with her. I'll have her leave, some links and just
Yes.
times that she's getting ready to relaunch. But you're always welcome to come back to the show again when you relaunch and we
Yes,
can pull
ma'am.
your website up,
Thank you.
get in there. Um,
Heartbreak Boutique LLC.
Boutique LLC. Do
Dot
you
com.
see your boutique and your artistry connecting in some kind of way?
So I think that I think that everything I'm doing is like art, but I think it connects not only business wise, but yes, I guess it could connect artistry wise too, because clothing is art. You have designers, people use fashion, going to the galas, and wearing dresses, and so not only that, but I feel like it coincides with the business too. People like you, then they go and shop, your brand, so it helps, being like an artist and stuff like that. So once I do relaunch, all my fans and my customers can go, shop at the boutique. So yeah, I just once I get that going, I'm gonna hit you up, okay, Zip, and I'm gonna hit you up and be like, it is on and popping now.
Yes, I love supporting small businesses. I'm a small business
Yeah.
myself, so I'm always supporting like a small business for whatever needs that are outside of, like it could be like they have a black bread company, but they always out of everything because there's so many people trying to order from them. But when I finally get in there, I'm just gonna be like, listen, I need to get some bread. I'm ordering from them, So
Right.
I love that.
That's nice. Good.
You're
Good.
studying to be a couples therapist. What
Yes,
brought
ma'am.
you to that? Because that's a kind of hard task for a therapist. But what brought you to that space?
I think it was just my calling. I would think, just especially like everything. Like literally, um, enrolled into this program before my daughter passed away, before all of this stuff happened, and before the substance abuse, and before all that. Like, I
Mm,
just literally am going through everything and what I am going through, that I'm learning about, I've went through. So what had originally got me to this was, I was going to open up I was going to do a quarterly couples retreat.
right.
Okay. And this was with my ex at the time. So this is when I was with my ex. So we together were going to open up a couples retreat where we met with like four other couples, in another country or something like that. We
Right.
do like couples therapy, in a beautiful like resort area, do video, do games and activities, and do that like quarterly, and that was the plan for that. And then it's like, okay, if you guys can't, make up after this, and I don't know, but that was the plan with that was the original plan, which is possibly in the works. I do want to televise it, possibly if I can get like a therapy show that I can possibly televise, or do something for the, something to that sort, is something else that was also in my plans as well as own my own practice on the side, when I'm not doing all that extra stuff.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. I think that couples therapy is really nice, but I have a couple of friends that are couples therapists, and they're always like, "Woo,"
yay.
like,
That's
like they
awesome.
got into a fight, or I don't know what was about to happen. So I'm always like, "Y'all okay over there?" Everything's good. They're like, "I don't know." Like I said,
Yeah.
a couple coming, and I don't know what's happening. So I can understand. But I also understand the passion in it too, because it's important, for couples to seek therapy at some point before, and during, and maybe in the midterm, and if it breaks up afterwards as well. So I'm all for therapy. How does learning about relationships and divorce influence your songwriting and artistry?
Because being in a like 20-year marriage and all of that, I just feel like I'm experienced. I feel like I've come to terms with loving myself more.
Mm,
And so I just feel like, in terms of relationships and stuff like that, um, I can send out, messages as well. But not only that, it just made me more of an independent person, and so I just don't care at this point. So that's how it affect my music. So I just don't care what anybody thinks, and I don't care about no relationship. I don't care about no man. And so that's just how it affects my music. Like, I'm just gonna
right.
go and do it.
I'm just happy. I'm in my happy place. It's
Yes,
good.
exactly.
When you, I don't know what age it is, but I feel like when I hit 40 is when I just was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
care.
well, I'm at that age. I'm at that spot. I'm there. I'm there. Okay.
I'm like, people I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, whatever makes you
Right.
happy. It makes me happy too. If it makes you happy, let's just go with it.
Exactly.
So I can understand that, getting to that point to where it's like, I don't care. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be happy. I'm gonna be at peace, and you figure it
Hmm.
out. If not, who I am. So,
Amen. And it makes me feel more free too as an artist. You know what I mean?
absolutely. And you need freedom in order to be an artist.
Exactly.
You have to have that freedom. And when you speak of freedom, people will say like all of the different things that you do, because there's so many components to your life. Like I said, a mom, an entrepreneur, a therapist, a songwriter and artist, and you're doing movies. So there's so many components, and they
Hmm.
will say like maybe you're not really at peace, or maybe you're just trying to find busy things. But do you feel free is the question.
I definitely feel free, especially being out of those relationships that I was in, you know what I mean, for 20 plus years, and me having to satisfy that person, and okay, well, will he not like this, or and I don't know, I feel so much freer now, and it's like I'm doing what I love. You
Right.
know what I mean? I can see if I'm doing like a whole bunch of things that I don't want to do, but this is what I want to do. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I feel like just being single, and and you don't necessarily have to be single, doing these things. You just need to have somebody that supports what you're doing, that
Absolutely.
is doing the same thing. Otherwise it's going to cause a hinder.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I do feel free. Just the fact that I can just express myself without any having to worry about what other people think. So yes, definitely I'm doing what I love. So I definitely feel free. Yes, ma'am.
I'm happy you feel free. I love when people
Thank
feel
you.
free. I
Thank you.
feel things. I'm like,
You
you know,
feel free.
every day. It doesn't matter.
Yay! Yay!
to be anything. I'm just doing what I want to do. It's
Yes, ma'am.
not about.
Yes.
I just want to do what I want to do, and you can do what
Amen.
you want to do, but I just want to do what I want to do, and I'm not telling you. I don't care. Do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Amen.
it. This is
Yes, ma'am.
it's nothing. Like I said, I don't know if it happened when I turned 40 or what. I was just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Y'all do what y'all want to do. If I want to
Amen.
join, I will. If I don't be offended because I'm not offended if you don't join me. So,
Exactly. That part.
right, I'm not offended. Do you ever feel like you ever see yourself blending therapy and music, like your own music, in with your therapy?
Um, yes.
Okay.
So yes, I do think that music is therapy. Because it gives you a way to like express yourself, whether you're angry, whether you're happy, whether you're sad, whether you're, whatever you're going through. And I do feel that music is a way that, yes, um, I can express myself. Was that the question? I hope I answered that right. I don't know.
You-
I'm like, what was the question again? What was it?
I told you before we got on here, I was like, don't worry about it because myself,
Okay.
I'm a little fladoop anyway, so
I'm like, hold on. I was like, hey, that's the 40s for you,
oh,
okay? That's the 40s.
yeah,
I'm telling you. I'm
that's me.
telling
I
you.
was like, what was I doing though? So
Yes.
I don't know. That's just life in my head.
Mhm.
Um, what
I
has
also
go?
I also work out too for therapy. I think that's very important too
I
for
think that's
therapy.
very important.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely. So
definitely
yeah.
important to do that. What
Hmm.
has been the hardest moment in your journey, and how did you push through it?
What has been the hardest?
Yeah, the hardest moment in your journey.
Um, so that would just be my daughter passing away, period. Like that is the hardest thing that anybody can ever go through in like life. I promise you. Like I promise you, like I used to work at Phoenix Children's Hospital, and a few of the moms there, their child passed away, and I felt for them, and I used to just tell myself like I can't even imagine. Like you can't imagine. Like you really can't until it happens to you.
Mm,
And it does something inside your body. It does something inside your soul. It like just changes everything. It's like a whole chemical. It's just hard to explain, but like when you watch those movies and you see those deputies that come to the door and they're going to announce,
right, right,
so that is exactly what happened to me. Like when they came to the door, like I knew and I just like freaked out. So that is definitely and was definitely the most hardest thing I ever had to deal with in
right,
my whole entire life. I mean, I got down to 92 pounds. I thought I was gonna die. I didn't want to live. I didn't care. I just wished God would have just like I would just wish I would have gotten ran over. I'm sorry, she got ran over tragically by a car. She got ran over off the 305 freeway. And I just wish that God would have taken me instead of taking her. And I mean it's been 3 years, so it's gotten better.
right.
But it's just still there's moments where I'll just sit there and just like burst out crying or
Mm,
I'll be thinking and I can't help it that like the tears just come out. And so but I have my other children.
right,
So,
right,
it's just that definitely was the hardest thing. And even after that happened, I'm like, I still gotta keep going. Like, I'm looking skinny, world.
right.
I'm looking skinny, world. Like, I just gotta keep going. I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna let this break me. I'm not gonna let nothing. So I just kept going. That was the hardest thing.
I'm very proud of you. And a lot of people think you get over it. So I understand because I had a child that passed too. So you never get over it. Like you just never get over it. And so you have good days and you have bad days and you have good Mother's Days and
Mhm.
you have bad Mother's Days. And then you are grateful for the children that you do have
Yes.
are with you, but you never, like you just never forget. So
Hmm.
it's just like something that replays in your head over and over again
Yeah.
in moments and smells and so I completely understand where you're coming from, and that is probably I think that was I agree with you, that probably was like one of the hardest times in my life,
So
That
wait, you had a kid that passed?
yeah, I had a child that passed away too.
Oh, you
So
did.
so
I
that's why
am.
I understand. So when you were
I'm
saying
so
that,
sorry.
and it's just like really, so I can understand that being the hardest moment. I think anything
Mhm.
that goes with my children are hard
Yeah.
moments for me. So
Yeah.
I completely understand. But having a child pass, and
Yes,
I went
ma'am.
through a custody battle too for my children. So that
Oh.
so I understand because it was almost like somebody was trying to take my kids from me. Like, wait,
Yeah.
it was, but it was like a snatch. Like, what the heck is that?
Oh,
No way, we ain't doing
like
that.
what's going on? Yes.
So I
Definitely. Well, my deepest condolences to you because I know how it feels. You know
yes,
what I mean?
and to you
So
too. So I know
thank you.
what you go through on a daily, and I
Yes,
understand like
ma'am.
losing weight and trying to come back, and you know what I'm saying. And so I'm like some years in versus your
Mhm.
3 years. So at
Mhm.
3 years, I was still a wreck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's just a process, though.
It is.
It's a day to day, moment to moment process,
Yes, ma'am.
and 20 years is a long time. So
Yeah,
just do what you can do and let people. Nobody can tell you how to go through grief. I don't care
right.
how long it is. They cannot tell you how to go through grief. You go through it how you go through it. As long as when you fall down, you get back up, and that's
That's
all
true. Amen. Amen.
that matters. And so, and before I start crying, you're a woman who wears many hats, artist, actress, student, and I keep saying that because I want people to know, like, this is just like a resilience in you, a power that a
Oh,
lot of
thank
people
you.
don't have. Like a lot of people can't do multiple things and not feel exhausted or break
Mm.
or tear down or like want to go postal or whatever. They just
Yes.
cannot do those things, and so you're wearing it very well, and I'm very proud of you, and I'm excited for
Thank
you
you.
um, because that is just it's a great thing. How do you keep your mindset strong?
Um, I talk to God every day.
Mm,
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm telling you, that's it. Because without him, um, I wouldn't even be here. So
mhm,
that's how I keep my mindset strong. I talk to him. I talk to him every day. I
right.
communicate with him. Yes.
That is the only way. It's
Amen.
the
Amen.
only way. You know,
That's it.
in the mirror, sometimes you're like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it today. And then you start talking to God, you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Amen.
I can do a little bit of this. And then you start doing this, and then before you know it, you done did all 20 things,
Yeah.
over with. Um, and so we're gonna get out of here in a few minutes, but what advice would you give other women or men? Because I feel like every message you can take something from every message that comes across your mind or your spirit or your world. What message would you give people about chasing multiple dreams or just doing multiple things to get to that next level?
Yes. My advice to people who are chasing multiple dreams and trying to get to the next level and all of that, I just say that don't listen to other people, okay? Do what you love to do, because if I listened to other people, I wouldn't be here right now. I've
Absolutely.
had my own and not that, anything bad against my mom. It's just, I mean, I've had people, my sister, my mom, don't get your bachelor's degree. Don't, you got to preach the good news of the kingdom. You got to focus. I understand that, but I'm getting my degree now. And so don't do your modeling. You're doing too much. Don't do your modeling. Don't do your okay. And if I would have listened to these people and then I wouldn't even be here right now.
Absolutely.
So don't listen to the naysayers, because and I listened to something earlier this week that people will tell you how they feel. Oh, you can't do it. It's too much. Well, maybe it's too much for you. You can't do it maybe, but I can.
Right.
So my advice is to follow your heart. Do not listen to the naysayers, and just to keep going and to always spread love no matter what.
Mhm.
Me, I always spread love. I always do. I always spread love. Okay.
Right.
I always do. Some people might try me sometimes. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding. No,
But that's
spread love. No, spread love. No. Yes.
it's for real though. Sometimes I'm like you though.
Yeah, like wait, I might have to bite back. I might have to say something. I won't be mean,
Right,
but I might have to say something real quick. Let me say what's on my mind and I'll leave it alone. No, but
right,
always know for real though, always spread love. I always spread love. You never know what somebody is going through. You don't.
absolutely.
So my whole motto is to just spread love. That's it. That's it.
Spread
Love.
love. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it. That's
it.
the only way to do it. Just spread
It
love. Don't worry
it's
about
not
it.
hard.
It's so easy. Just spread love. That's it.
Yes.
If you feel some type of way, okay, feel it.
Yeah.
And then keep going
Yeah.
back and spreading love again. So I
Amen.
appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We got to give a shout out to Marcus because, like I said, he about to
Woo-hoo!
one more time.
Hey.
Giving a shout out to Marcus because he really wanted you to be on the show.
No,
I'm
thank
excited
you.
for you to be on the show.
Oh, thank you so much.
Like I said, just continue to do what you do. And
Thank
I
you.
also want you to share your platforms with people so that they can, follow you, support you in your dream, especially when you get your boutique back up and going. They could go ahead and, buy some bling or,
Yes,
support
ma'am.
whatever you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. So, and I just want to say thank you, Marcus. You're the bomb.com. Thank you. So, you can reach me IG, and YouTube, Sylina Renae, IG, or no, YouTube. I'm sorry. Scratch that. Instagram and Facebook is Sylina Renae.
Right.
Okay. Then you have Sylina the model. So you can look me up either Sylina Renae, SylinaRenae. Okay, Instagram and Facebook. Sylina the model, also Instagram. Sylina the model, YouTube. And then TikTok. Please find me on TikTok, please, because I do TikTok. Sylina Renae. Okay. All right. And then also I'm on all platforms. My album is called Zombieland. Okay, Sylina Renae on all platforms, music, radio, YouTube, all that, Apple, all that. So Sylina Renae, Zombieland.
Definitely. And again, thank you, Miss Sylina, for coming. Y'all make sure y'all tap into 101.5 Indie Radio every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. for the Marsha K Show, Zip Mouth Motivation. And this week, we're going to have Sylina Renae on there. We'll have an excerpt from her. And she has a different song that she sent that I didn't play up here, but I'll be playing it in the middle of my show. So make sure y'all tap into the show to hear her other song that will be played. And we're going to go out with your song, if that's okay.
Thank you, Zip. Thank you.
So just in case if people didn't get and again, I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye.